I've put an absurd amount of energy, effort, and time into building a plan for myself and our company to hit 8 figures over the past 3 or 4 days. This came about because I had noticed over the past 90 days, like we cranked it, right? Like we've done some of the best numbers we've ever done in sales. Our average cart, like AOV per sales call, for amount of cash we collected on call, plus the volume, plus the LTV of those clients, plus everything that came with that was like the best it's ever been, right? And that's really exciting. Cash conversion cycle has been really good, meaning like I put $1 in on a Monday, and I can typically get $4 or $5 back by a Thursday, which is fucking awesome. And it's just been through like, you know, Instagram and meta advertising, to a lead magnet. Myself or a setter will speak with someone in Instagram. We'll send them a bunch of content like this prior to a call. We'll get them on a call and essentially walk them through what it is that we do. But by the time they get there, they usually know more than enough about it, right? Like, which is really cool. And if you aren't already 150% solved, just don't get onto a fucking call with us. It's probably as simple as that. But doing it that way is not going to get us to 8 figures, right? I'm still heavily involved in the sales process. I'm not the only person selling, but I'm still heavily involved in it. Um, I have a really strong team who I think over the past probably 6 months, I've saved way too much, meaning that I've hopped in and solved problems I probably should have let them solve themselves. And as a consequence of that, became hyper dependent on me or trained people around me to be dependent on me instead of it being something where they are the owner of their department and they made a massive mistake there. And I'm rectifying that. And pretty much the whole plan for myself and for the company and for the team is so as to get to 8 figures without me being the reason that it happens. I want it to be a team led outcome and goal for them to have their own plan, their own, um, like their own plan, their own mission behind it, and their own team under them to be able to execute on it. And I'm just helping, fill the gaps and make sure that it aligns with the company mission and vision and make sure that our clients get the best service and all that stuff as well, right? Like I've really spent a lot of time thinking about the actual core mission of what we do as well. And I don't work with beginners. I typically am best fit for people who have had a lot of success in the past, who are kind of stagnant, sitting in between like 50 to even $200,000 a month. They've already achieved all the goals they set out to do. They're no longer in scarcity. And they're just sitting there wondering like if there's something kind of wrong with them, right? Like, and they're all going to get that fucking edge back, meaning like they're looking to get back into the pocket, feel like they're $1 million again, or a couple $1 billion again. Have that energy back, really want to, tackle down a new mission for themselves, right? Like the mission that got them to like, 50, 100, 200 grand a month has expired. All the reasons they wanted to do it has disappeared at this point in time. And they're looking for that upgraded set of reasons and that upgraded mission that they themselves, their team, and their community of people around them can all get behind to really want to fucking crush it on. And my job is to help them build a predictable sales process and a team that will help them execute on that at a really high level to help them do millions and millions and millions and millions and millions of dollars a year in a way where the team themselves actually also produce world-class life outcomes for themselves as well. But that's the game I want to play in. And I'm like really doubling down on that. It's almost like I have to become the spokesperson for the bigger guys who have already succeeded, who need to get their edge back and double down the fuck on what they're meant to do, right? I was thinking about it and I was sitting in church the other day and it was like, Kent, was like, I've always wanted like a rap name. Cause I think it's kind of got like a graffiti world thing to myself. Like, what's the name? And it's like, I think Razor is the name. And it's like, if I were to describe myself, I would call myself Razor because I hope it gets your edge back, right? Pretty dope. Take that shit down. But the whole idea of this video is that I made a lot of mistakes in the last year, and a lot of them were down to like trying to save my team too much and trying to build towards something that didn't have a big enough target, right? And we were trying to do like 500 grand a month, which kind of like double what we're doing consistently and everything else as well. And the issue there is that like not big enough for the whole team to get really excited about it, right? But 8 figures or multiple 8 figures can have them see their own personal goals back inside of it again. Because we're a bigger team now, right? Like for us to get to the couple hundred grand a month, it was okay. Because the team that we had at that point in time were getting their goals that they wanted to hit in their own personal lives as well. But as we've had more team come on, we just had more people want to hit their own personal goals in the infrastructure that we have and the goals and the mission that we're behind, which means that we as a company need to have way bigger goals to be able to facilitate and helping them hit their goals through the mission that we're currently on right now. And I think a lot of people miss that a lot of the time. But that's really what helps people integrate themselves into the company in a way where they would actually want to be there long term and actually want to work big long term as well. So that's why I'm doing it. And a lot of what we're spending time working with people on this year is making sure that they are shooting way above what they personally want and making sure that they are integrating the goals that their team actually have into the whole fucking mission for themselves so that they themselves are not the only people who are willing to go to war to make this work for themselves. So a lot of that has to do with, one, making sure that you guys have a big enough articulated goal that not only you can hit your goals within it, but so can your team, like your core team members. So like think your head of delivery, your head of marketing, your head of sales, your head of any of the departments, the leaders of those departments, they must be able to see how they can hit their income goals, their own personal career goals, and see themselves really feeling like they're building something that they feel like they can get behind in terms of like a mission and a vision and a core excitement for themselves. And that's something I'm really passionate about and I really want to help bring out more in our clients. We have a lot of clients that are already doing it. The ones who already have, 100, 200, 300 grand a month, they typically already tend to have that as a part of their current core being right now. And I want to bring that out way more. So that's one of the things that we worked on a hell of a lot with our clients so that they can actually, make sure that not only is the results of the company dependent on the whole company and team working together, but it keeps your team with you way longer as well. And your team want to see the next stage and the next version of the company evolve and get really excited about it instead of it just being you being excited, wondering why they aren't wanting to, crank out the fucking results. When in reality is they never were going to because they never felt like it was theirs and they never felt like they could actually have their own personal goals for within the actual things they're doing on a daily basis within the company you have created. It needs to feel like it's our company, not your company that they work in. That's the first thing that I'm working on with everyone that I think that you should do if you want to be able to build something really fucking big as well. Second thing that I am gearing everyone toward is to create something that does not have 90 days worth of value, that does not have 6 months worth of value, that does not have 9 months worth of value. But if you want to keep clients for years, because the secret to long-term success in business is not just being able to get great clients consistently on the front end, which is true, but it's making sure that you actually have a customer journey that you have mapped out that is minimum 12 months, but likely for best results to have a client journey that is 36 months long, meaning that they start with you and there is a 3-year plan for that company that is under your leadership, right? So for a marketing agency, this might mean in the first year, you want to try and help them, 2x, 3x, or 10x their fucking business, right? And you might charge $3,000 a month for doing that, just in the marketing that you're doing. And then you guys will re-up on the next thing that you do. You help them 2 to 10x their business. And then you now take on more responsibility with them. And maybe you help take on some, sales training or something to do with the behind the scenes to be able to make sure that the new team they've brought on because of the growth that you've actually helped them with is designed under your leadership, meaning that you have helped them design what team need to come in, and you have all the systems and things in place to be able to make sure that those team members have everything they need to be able to win under the type of marketing you're doing. So if you're doing a book a call funnel, or if you're doing, insert whatever the fuck funnel it is, you're helping them actually make sure that the team succeed in a way that makes it quicker, better, and bigger ROAS. So it makes you seem like a fucking god to them. But the owner is following your leadership, so you get to actually work with them on not only the paid advertising, but also the other things that, come after the lead going to them. So systems and playbooks for team, and making sure that QCing the team is working really effectively behind that too. You can sort of touch on that, and you might be able to charge $5 to $7 a month for that too in year 2, right? And then in year 3, maybe you guys get to a point where you actually run a part of a department for them. So you become their whole marketing department. You take over paid advertising, you take over email marketing, you take over some of the team training, you take over every little fucking thing. And you can actually go from $7,000 a month to $15,000 a month by becoming their whole marketing department. Instead of them paying one dumb fucking person, you get to be the CMO and execute on everything for them. So you actually have the best probability of helping them achieve their goals. You get paid more. At this point in time, you've already fucking created a world where they have a shitload of value having worked with you so far. And you have the ability to, take them to the next level again. Maybe you've like 30x their company, or 20x to their company at this point in time, or 2x or 10x, whatever the desired timeline and growth rate you want to have them achieve under your leadership is. You just map it out across that period of time and show them from day one what that looks like, and then show your existing clients where they might be right now and what the next thing you can help them with are, and what the actual unlocks are for them, and how you guys work together as a fucking massive team to do that, right? But over a 36-month time horizon as opposed to a 3-month time horizon. Now, no beginner can do this, right? You have to be really fucking good, and you have to really know that infrastructure of those companies back to front to be able to do this. So that's why, I don't like working with people who are beginners. I love working with people who have already done really well, who want to do even better, and help them put stuff like this together so that they actually have the ability to be able to actually capitalize on this stuff and get that energy back into them. Because half the reason I see a lot of people not succeeding and not wanting to do a lot of this stuff anymore is not because they're not energetic and don't want to do shit. It's because they've, sort of hit their cap of what they feel is possible for themselves at a charging $3,000 per month per client sort of, realm, right? Like the guys who want to come and work with me typically want to work in the minimum 5 to even 10 or even $15,000 a month. But not everyone starts there, right? And the cool thing about that is that if you are there right now and you crush that stage, you can level yourself up from there. And if you're already there and you've been crushing it, you can actually fucking start adding in this second and third tier of service agreement with these clients that last years and years and years and years, that has a really clear map and a really clear picture of what it looks like to work with you in a way where you're no longer just a advertising agency to them. You are a complete marketing department and a marketing farm and a growth partner for these people, which is kind of what you want to get yourself to. So second thing that you're working on outside having a really big fucking goal for your own company is to have a really big vision for all your prospective clients and existing clients, so that you actually get to lead them in a way that has them want to work with you long term and not fucking suffer, which funnily enough, both work hand in hand. When you have a really big mission for your own company and then have a really big mission and vision for your existing clients, it has you, sequentially get paid more and more and more every year. So too do the remunerations and rewards for your existing team, because the bigger the client they close, the bigger the account they retain, et cetera, et cetera. So the more money they're going to make as well. So, if you want to learn more about the compensation structure and all sorts of stuff too within that stuff we talk about in predictable growth, not predictable sales, but definitely predictable growth. So if you want to apply for that, just, hit one of the links below and I'm sure you'll be able to do that. We cap the amount of people we typically tend to take on into predicted growth per month. But, if you want to apply for that, then all by all means do it, but just make sure you're 100% in already. Don't come with a billion fucking questions. Because there's too many people that want to apply who are not wanting to do that, and don't waste their fucking life. Don't waste their opportunity by you having a billion fucking questions. So just X yourself out if you're not that person. But if you're in, that's cool. And if you're not, keep watching our stuff. You'll see more reasons as to why it will be a good or a bad fitting time for yourself as well. And then you've got the third thing I'm working with every single client. And it's just making sure that all the systems work to be able to bring your vision for the, company with your team to life, and bring the vision and mission that you have to lead your existing clients through those subsequent levels of service that you want to have under your, infrastructure in the way that you do your products. And the systems that really need to work within that are you need to have a really good offer ascension system. So how do you get someone through that? How do you make sure that they are seeing the vision of 3 years before they even hop on a fucking call with you? Then the second thing is, how do we make sure that your acquisition system already pre-sells people so that they aren't actually, coming in cold, even if they're from someone who opted into an ad just a couple of fucking days ago, right? We want to make sure that you have a acquisition system and a sales process that nurtures or walks someone through in a really fucking intentional way who you are, what you do, what your 12 to 36 month plan with them is, and how to become the best client if there were a client with you, based off the client results you've already gotten, based off the playbooks you have, based off the things that you give for them, based on the deliverables, based on the actual fucking outcomes that you're going to achieve with them, et cetera, et cetera, et cetera. And make sure that all of your content that you put out publicly also alludes to this and makes it really fucking clear what you're going to work with people on in that time frame as well, right? So it's making sure that your offer ascension system, your acquisition system, and your content system all fit within one realm that really make it so fucking clear to someone who's working with you right now, who wants to work with you, and then who will also hit your existing clients and make them re-buy back into the cool shit that you could be doing with them. That's the cool part about adding those systems in. And I think that we have one of the best in the world for that. You're experiencing it right now as an example of that. And the next system we want to make sure is that client delivery system is really good, and that your either client leader or CSM is running that for you. I think a lot of people fuck this up in the respects where they don't have a good reporting cadence, they don't have a good client management and communication cadence, and they don't have a good actual ascension cadence where they can actually upgrade existing clients into those bigger levels of services, and they're the things that are working with you and help you show the value to them long term as opposed to short term. Then there's making sure that your setting and sales system is not only owner and founder dependent, but you can bring setters in and you can bring closers in into a system that already works, because the front end offer ascension and advertising or acquisition and content system already work really well to be able to get people for a setter to be able to no longer qualify. I don't want your team to have to qualify. I want you to have so much lead flow, overflow, and volume from any of the methods that we might have you use. It might be DM ads like we're currently using. It might be lead form ads. It might be group ads. Any of those right now are probably the ones that will end up producing the best results for you if you're trying to crack on your first really strong paid acquisition funnel that doesn't have a shitload of craziness to try and figure out. It's not a highly technical subset of skills you have to learn. And the way we pick which one you will typically do is based on what your current sales process is built around, right? If you're better at picking the phone up and calling people and dialing every lead that comes in, we want to do something like a lead format. If you're better at DM setting, it might be a group funnel or a DM ad funnel. It doesn't really fucking matter which one it is. We choose the acquisition method based off what your natural or your team's natural sales ability are so that you aren't trying to reinvent the fucking wheel to try and make sales work. Just amplify what already works. That's what usually makes sales the best. I think that we want to work on with you in that time frame, like system wise, is your fucking leadership, management, and you know, leading the team cadence, right? I have to say, hands down, this is the fucking area where you guys suck the most, right? You guys are fucking typically atrocious at leading yourself, having a really good weekly, monthly, daily, quarterly, and yearly fucking cadence of things that you do. You typically don't fucking review things enough. You typically don't have good enough dashboards. You typically aren't tracking anywhere near enough of these things to be able to make good, strong decisions around. And that's why business is hard. No financial structure. No fucking understanding of what your P&L looks like. No 13-week cash flow forecasting fucking model. No understanding as to where every dollar is going. No clear understanding of what your advertising, marketing, and sales metrics actually fucking look like. No clear understanding as to what your LTV and client result metrics actually look like. No clear understanding as to what your results that your clients are currently actually getting right now, because you don't have access to the things that you need to have access to, like the fucking amount of calls they booked, like the amount of calls they fucking take, like the amount of fucking money they've actually made from the stuff that you've actually done for them. So like, the amount of ads you run and calls you book, all the goodies come along with that as well. We want to make sure that all of your fucking data is dialed in. We want to make sure that as a leader, you are self-leading yourself to fucking check on this shit every single day. As a leader, you are making it really fucking clear what your team owns and how to actually manage the data themselves and be a great player in the team. As a great leader, we are making sure that you are really dialing in the dashboards, the systems, the playbooks, the rhythms, the meetings that you have with your team every single week, the delivery meeting, the client success meeting, the marketing meeting, the sales team meeting, the setting meeting, the training that you do with your team, all these things to make sure that your team have everything that they need and that everyone is on the same fucking page all the fucking time, right? We help clients every week dial their infrastructure in for their leadership, and people still don't fucking do it because of the fear of actually leading people, right? The second you cross over that hump, though, and choose to be a leader and choose to be someone that is data-driven as opposed to drama-driven and chooses to have the team on the same page all of the time, this is what you typically unlock the next level of business and the next level of opportunity, the next level of the game for yourself, right? And this is one of the things that systematically that we want to make sure that is really well dialed in your company, because when that's really well dialed in, the fucking sky is literally the limit, right? The more money you spend into advertising when all those systems work, when you have something that can keep clients for 36 months, when you have some of the pre-sales before they get to the fucking call in the first place, when you have a team that actually are running shit based off a client delivery process, a sales process, and an operational structure to make it really fucking work for them in a way that compensation-wise and, personal ambition-wise aligns with what they want in their fucking world, this is where you can just go, pew, you can, like, shoot for the fucking moon. And these are all the things we love helping people with when they work with us, right? And we do it in a bunch of different ways, but the main is like we have playbooks galore for everything we just spoke about. We have playbooks for, management, for leadership, for acquisition, for sales, for setting, for infrastructure, for ads, for all the goodies that actually make the system and all the goodies work. But we'll also meet with you once a month, typically twice a month actually, to be able to make sure that you and your team are looking at the right numbers, training on the right things, and getting all the help you need to be able to get to the next level and hit the goals you actually want. Not only in 2026, but in every year to come as well. But not only you hitting your goals, but your team hitting their goals as well, so they can actually help you go way bigger, stay with you longer, and want to actually achieve more with you as well. And then every 4 months, we run a live event where we get all of our best clients together. We're typically doing 6, 7, and some multiple 7 figures to actually share what's working across every account that we see, and get away for a bit, have a bit of a holiday. They're typically across the world. We actually just put a survey out to where we should do them. So we'll have actual dates and places ready to go in 2026 within the next week. We're doing our curriculum planning coming up this week. As of the recording of this video, anyway, and we also have multiple calls per week. One on delivery, one on marketing, one on setting, one on sales, one on leadership, and one on marketing, specifically advertising, so that you can jump on yourself or have your team jump on to be able to figure out where to either put their attention, solve issues they can't solve themselves, or just see what's working in other fucking accounts where you can't seem to solve problems, or just upskill and continue their education as well. If there's one thing I've learned over 2025, it's that every dollar I don't invest into either my or my team's education and the help that we didn't get is directly reflective of the $10 we didn't make back because of the dumb shit we kept fucking doing over and over and over and over and over again. And in 2026, if you just focus on making sure that your team are educated, you guys are all on the same page, your offers are really well dialed in, your team are responsible and own their fucking outcomes, and you are a good leader, you have good systems in place, you understand money, you understand what the fuck to do with money, and you want to actually help not only yourself, not only your clients, but your team live great fucking lives, and you truly are a mission-driven human behind all these different things, then we can help you get your edge back and hit multiple fucking millions in your business. We've done it too many times now to actually not be wildly confident around that. And the cool thing about it is that if you work with us, we have like a fucking love it or leave it guarantee when you work with us and everything else. So if you're not fucking loving it, it's fine. You can part ways. Chances are you will love it and you will stay because of the fucking value we give you. But if you're one of those guys that doesn't fucking see the value, which is very fucking infrequent and very rare, that's fine. We can part ways and you can move on there too. So in 2026, become the leader that you and your bigger vision, bigger mission, and team and clients and family and everyone around you need to be, and make sure that you follow through and live up to the promises that you said that you would for everyone around you, because they're all waiting for you, right? As the leader, they're waiting for you. You need to help them, and you need to have the mindset that you are going to outwork bad days and get a fuckload richer as a whole company together. It's up to you to turn it all around. It's up to you to make 2026, 2027, 2028, everything that matters to you. It's up to you to make it happen. Up to you to lead your team in a way to make that happen, and lead them in a way that makes them want to actually fucking do it and want to stay with you and see a vision and mission for themselves that they want to achieve inside your company as well. And I'm the guy to help you do it all. If you're in a plan to do that, and you've listened to this, you're like, man, this guy gets it, click the link below, apply, make sure that you're already solved, that you're already in. Don't fucking waste the opportunity on someone who already is completely committed to doing that. And I'm looking forward to possibly working with you on it. But even if you don't, take what I said in this, run to the fucking hills, run to the moon, just don't be a shitty leader. That's all last. If that's all you do, have a great fucking 2026. I'll speak to you all soon. Peace.